Jimi Hendrix never read sheet music, never took a formal lesson, and never cracked open a single instruction book. Yet he became the most iconic guitarist of all time, revolutionizing the electric guitar with a blend of wild expression, soul, and complete originality. His journey wasn't crafted in music schools or through academic theory. It came from obsession, hardship, and the constant urge to make sound mean something. Born in 1942 and raised in poverty in Seattle, Jimi's early life was shaped by instability. His parents fought constantly, and his mother eventually left his family altogether. He found comfort in solitude, art, and imagination. As a child, he'd tap out rhythms on pots and pans. Later, using a cigar box, he strung with rubber bands as his first guitar. By the time he was a teenager, he was sketching pictures of Elvis surrounded by song titles, captivated by early rock and roll and blues records. After his mother's death in 1958, a traumatic event Hendrix hardly ever spoke of, he began gravitating toward music even more. At age 15, he got his first real acoustic guitar for $5 from a neighbor. Hendrix was left-handed, but instead of buying a lefty model, he flipped the guitar upside down and restrung it himself. His father, Al, initially questioned this, but when Jimi said it felt natural, Al let it be. That single decision to play his way would become a metaphor for his entire musical philosophy. Instead of learning chords from books or taking lessons, Hendrix taught himself by ear. He played along with blues and R&B records by artists like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Ray Charles. He and his best friend Terry Johnson would sit in a playroom with an old upright piano, playing along to 45s and trying to match key and groove. They couldn't sing, but they didn't really care. They'd howl and laugh and jam together for hours. One of Jimi's early triumphs was learning the theme to Peter Gunn, a simple but punchy riff that became a stepping stone. Once he got an electric guitar, a white Supro Ozark that his father bought him, he practiced obsessively, day and night. He didn't even have an amp at first, but he'd bring the guitar everywhere, even sleeping with it across his chest. He began visiting the local Rotary Boys Club just to borrow an amp and hear what he really sounded like. He used reverb and tremolo, not just for effect, but to explore emotion. It was all experimentation, trial, error, and feeling. Hendrix's musical education came from countless hours of listening, mimicking, and exploring. He sought tone, soul, and freedom more than perfection. His heroes weren't conservatory players. They were Albert King, Little Richard, and Earl King. Hendrix wanted to express what he couldn't say out loud, and the guitar became his voice. By the time he exploded onto the London scene in 1966, Jimi Hendrix had already logged thousands of hours with his instrument, most of them alone, unnoticed, and unstructured. That was the genius of Hendrix. He wasn't just self-taught. Self-taught is an understatement. He learned how to use the guitar to express himself in a way that no one else ever has or ever will.